My name is Sarah, professional interior designer and creator of the blog She Holds Dearly. On this channel, I like to talk about making a home beautiful on any budget. Well, we're finally circling back to this guest room area. Actually, it was my girls' room for many years. It's sort of an attic space. It has slanted ceilings. It's very small. There's two rooms actually that used to be two separate rooms, and then the wall is opened up, and so now it's more like one room. I'm going to focus on this one side here. And I've been looking at pictures. I love the wallpaper look with the slanted ceiling. I think that's actually the only way to go. I feel like that makes the space look extra cozy. And here is a mood board that I put together. This is the direction I was going with. I really wanted it to feel like Anne of Green Gables would rent this room from me if she was in town. So we are going with French Gray by Farrow & Ball. I did all the trim in this French Gray, including the beadboard closet area, and I just love how it pops. Then we chose this beautiful wallpaper. I went through so many samples, and this one I feel really good about. And Colby, who is the master of wallpapering, said he would do it for me. I can do wallpapering, but I feel like his end product is better than mine, so I was really happy when he said he was going to do it, and he spent many, many days on it, just one section at a time. It was actually a pretty advanced job because we did the ceiling and the slanted part, and there was just that section in particular was just really long strips, and just an old house is very, very crooked. We did get a laser level, which I highly recommend if you're dealing with renovating an old house like this, because nothing is level, and so it's like probably the worst type of remodeling is trying to redo an old house. We even called in our friend Will at one point. He spent a day with us and helped us keep going. And boy, that is the moral of the story, is you can't get a beautiful room without being tenacious. We just kept working and working, and it was bittersweet because, of course, this was my girls' room when they were younger, and now they're grown. I just remember doing the nursery, and then little girl room and school room, and then college age room, and now this is officially a guest room. I'm going to have a house full of guest rooms here soon. I even bought an old hotel room number to put on the door, but these sconces, I went through a lot of sconces, and I finally splurged on these brass sconces. I had them made by an artist in LA, and they are replicas of British sconces. It's my one splurge in this room, and I'm very happy with them. Well, if you've been following me along with this room project for a while, you know that I really struggled to pick my wallpaper out. I ended up using Levette's, which is a new wallpaper company. I've not used them before, but I'm so impressed with them. They've been featured in New York Times, Southern Living, HGTV, and The Spruce. And they offer peel and stick options and traditional and commercial even for wallpaper. They have more than 10 years experience in digitally printed wallpaper. And I knew I had found a really exceptional company the moment I saw the samples. Take a look at these samples. That is a legit piece of wallpaper. This is not just a little swatch. These are the best samples I've ever received. I'll show you some of the other ones that we were interested in. And then this one, which is the same floral pattern with the green backdrop. This was almost the winner. It also comes in blue, and it comes in gold, and it's a fabulous pattern. Now, the thing about this room in particular is that it was challenging. In fact, they advised me to hire a professional, which I'm married to a professional, so that worked out really well for me. But this was a very advanced project because we did the entire ceiling
not just the slant, but also the ceiling. So these strips of paper were just very long. We had to custom order those. And I didn't ask for this, but they had a design team on staff that jumped in and communicated so well with me and completely helped me with understanding how to order. And they sent me this mock-up that we followed along, and I just felt like we were being treated so well, and I just was really impressed with how professional they were. And by the time the order came, I just knew that I knew we could be successful because they helped us so much. Levette's offers installation videos that you can watch, and there's a lot of information on their website about any kind of question that you could have with their products. Now, they don't just offer wallpaper, they also have murals. When you go to choose your wallpaper, you're able to filter on their website by their specific wallpaper collections, their design styles, color, or room type. They offer more than 700 wallpaper and mural designs, but they also have these beautiful backsplash options that you can use in your kitchen. I love their kids line. They offer posters and even fabric by the yard. And ever since we've lost our Joann's as an option for fabric, I have had my eyes open for where we can get good fabric. So Levette's also offers fabric by the yard, which I'm super excited about. They ship worldwide, so be sure to check them out if you have a project coming up that would need any of these products that I've mentioned. I'm going to give you a link in the description below, and I know you're going to love them. If you saw the video where I picked up the brass bed on that big long road trip I had to take to Eastern Washington, I was a little concerned when I first saw it because I felt like it was a little more beat up than I wanted. Some of that is okay with antiques, of course. But this one I felt like was a little bit hammered, like it'd been laying out, I don't know, in a barn for 50 years. And so I had driven so far that I didn't want to not get it. It was one of those situations which I normally don't get myself into, but I did in that case. So I took it anyway, and I've had it in my house for several weeks now. I'm gonna polish it up. I know that's gonna make it look a lot better. And I had this little cream that actually the lady gave to me that I bought it from, and it's from Germany. It's an automotive cream or something, and it does work well, but you put the cream on and then you just polish and polish and polish. And I'm thinking, this is gonna take me 10 hours to polish this bed. So I did just a quick Google search on how to do this the easy way. And we're gonna take this out in the front yard. I made a paste with vinegar, salt, and white flour. And I'm gonna brush it all over the bed frame, and it should work its magic, and then I'll just scrub it all over one time and hose it off. I hope this is like a new thing, because this is a lot easier than that cream I was using, and we all could maybe benefit from this knowledge. I'm gonna paint this on. I'm gonna let it sit about 15 minutes, and then I'll come back with this kind of scrubby pad and scrub it up, rinse it off, dry it. Okay, the moment of truth. Ready? Yeah! I think Ma Ingalls would be so proud of me right now. This looks a lot better. As soon as I got done and I was drying off the bed, I pulled on it too hard and all pieces fell apart. The headboard fell down, dented really bad. Here I was complaining about dents on this bed frame, and I put the biggest dent of all in it. So now I'm humbled. I'm going back over the whole thing one more time with this product that lady gave me. It's called Autosol. Here's the box. But I think it'll be good for me to have for the sconces in the room and, you know, little touch-ups that I want to do over time instead of dragging the whole thing out here with the hose and all that. So I'm using a microfiber cloth. I'm using gloves, putting on, say, a pea-size amount of this cream, and then watch. It's not nearly as bad as it was when I was trying to do just this to get the whole bed ready. So I feel like that flour vinegar paste is a really good, powerful, like, first step. So you can look, all that came off, you can see. And then this is a good finishing, polishing step. I love it. I'm really glad that I brought it home. We are about ready to start assembling this room, but while I'm doing that, I thought it would be good to do my final painting project, and we'll let that dry and then come and work in this room. I found this luggage rack, suitcase stand. I found this one on eBay, but the thing that kills me is I had one of these years ago. I found it for $20 at a garage sale. I thought it was a suitcase stand, but I didn't realize that this is a highly sought after old brand. And so when I went to go find one this time, they're selling for $150 and more or less. And so I ended up getting this one off of eBay for $75, which I still felt like was outrageous compared to my $2 one that was literally the exact same suitcase stand. I just was glad it wasn't $150. It was in need of a paint job and I needed to replace the ribbon. Let me Anyway, I found this ribbon. You can get really amazing trim pieces on Etsy. This is the one I found. I loved that the brown and the gold played off of, like, it doesn't compete with the walls in here, but it plays off of the furniture pieces really nicely. So I think this will be just right. I need a little shot of brown. I'm gonna put the suitcase stand right here. And so a little shot of brown would be really nice. And then I'm gonna paint the frame a Revere Pewter, which is my favorite gray color from Benjamin Moore. I have some left over that I used downstairs in the fireside room for the trim down there. So I'll just use that. And yeah, we're gonna get going on the suitcase stand. Okay, here it is. This ribbon, I think it's silk. It's kind of sad to rip it off. Okay, I'm thinking I'm just gonna tape it open like this and paint all around the tape. When I first bought this, the gal on eBay emailed me and she said, I just want you to know that this is a DIY project and I don't know if you're comfortable doing that. It's gonna require some paint and some ribbon. And I just thought that was so funny because she had no idea that I do this every day.
Thank you so much for watching. If you would like more resources, I help women connect and learn more about God in my behind the scenes group and bespoke design retreats. I also help women expand their talents with my Elite Decorating Academy and seasonal decor boxes. I will leave the links to these resources in the description box below.